It was around late September. I was 19 and had just moved back home after my first year in college. My parents were out of town visiting my aunts, so I had the place to myself for the weekend. Most of my time was spent catching up on shows, ordering takeouts, and sleeping whenever I wanted. It felt nice, quiet even. That night, I remember I had just finished dinner and I was scrolling through TikTok on the couch. The only light in the room was from the TV screen and my phone. It was close to midnight when I heard the first knock at the door. It wasn't loud, more like a hesitant tap, tap, tap. At first I thought maybe one of my neighbors needed something. But when I checked out the time, I realized how late it was. No one ever knocked at that hour. I muted the TV and stayed still for a moment, just listening. Then the knocking came again, this time a little louder. I got up slowly, walked towards the front door. My heart was beating faster than I'd like to admit. When I peeked through the peephole, I saw a man standing there. He looked to be in his 40s, wearing a dark hoodie with the hood halfway up, and he was holding something small in his hand, maybe a phone or a wallet. He wasn't even moving much, just standing there, staring at the door. I hesitated. Then he said, "Hey, sorry to bother you. I think I left my phone there earlier." That didn't make any sense. I hadn't had anyone over. I didn't recognize his voice. I didn't respond. I just stayed quiet, hoping he would go away. After about 20 seconds, he knocked again. 3 short knocks this time. Then he sighed, said something I couldn't make out, and take off the porch. I waited another minute before peeking out the window, but I didn't see him anywhere. There was no car parked outside, just the quiet street and the sound of crickets. Trying to shake it off, I went back to the couch. By a few minutes later, I heard something else. This time, from the side of the house. It sounded like grave crunching under slow footsteps. My stomach dropped. I turned off the TV completely and listened. The steps stopped, and for a few seconds everything was dead silent. Then I heard the faint sound of the back gate creaking open. I moved towards the kitchen window as quietly as I could, peeking through the blinds. There he was, the same man, standing in the backyard, shining a small flashlight along the back wall of the house. He wasn't looking for a phone. He was looking for a way in. I grabbed my phone immediately and dialed 911. My hands were shaking so bad that I could barely type my passcode. While I was on the phone with dispatch, I heard the sound of the back door knob turning, then a dull thud, like he was testing it, pushing a little harder each time. I whispered everything to the other operator while crouched between the kitchen center. A minute later, the sound stopped. Then came a light tapping on the kitchen window. Tap, tap, tap. That sound will probably stay with me for the rest of my life. He whispered something I couldn't hear through the glass, then backed away and disappeared into the darkness again. It took me maybe 6 or 7 minutes before I saw red and blue lights reflecting through the window. The police checked the whole area but didn't find anyone. They said they'd patrol the neighborhood through the night. I didn't sleep at all. I just sat in the living room with every light on until sunrise. The next morning, I found something that made it worse. There were fresh, muddy footprints on the side of the house leading to my bedroom window. That's when I realized if I hadn't been awake watching TV, he might have tried that one instead. The police never found the guy, but sometimes when I'm home alone late at night, I swear I still hear that same slow, careful tapping on the window. And every time I wonder, if I'd opened the door that night, what would have happened?